What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Unscripted. Back with another video. You feel me? Today, I got a special video for y'all today. But before I get into the video, you know, if you're new to the channel, go ahead. Subscribe, first of all. Go ahead, like, comment. Usually I say the opposite. I say, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. But I want to tell y'all something. I want to do something different today. So y'all boy, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. You know, go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. In the description, you'll find all my links, and we just go from there. But today I wanted to talk about something. The topic of discussion is, what's something that I would tell my younger self? What's something I would tell my younger self? And you know, y'all could go ahead and put in the comment, what's something that you would tell your younger self? You feel me? You know, I mean, at this point, we already at a certain point in our lives, you know, and at this point, we understand everything happens for a reason. But sometimes, you know, we want to live in the moment, or we want to fantasize or have those nostalgic moments. So, you know, what's something that you would tell your younger self? Why would you tell your younger self that? For me, something I would tell my younger self would be to just listen. Just listen, and listen to actually understand, and not just to hear. When I was a kid, like when people tell me, like try to give me advice and stuff like that, even down to like my mom, when she would tell me not to do something, I was always challenging it. That's just the type of person I was. You know, sometimes I still challenge, you know, when people tell me something, or when people are talking to me, I still challenge it, because I mean, I just feel like if I don't understand something, you should have questions. That's just normal. But sometimes you shouldn't even talk. You know, a lot of things that if I would have just listened to my mom, or just listened to whoever was my elders that was passing down sauce to me, you feel me? In certain situations, I probably would have got way further in life. That's the first thing. Listen, for sure. For two, I would tell myself to slow down. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Life has started moving fast at a certain point in time in my life. Especially that transition from 8th grade, middle school, going into freshman year in high school. It's like everything before I went to high school was like very slow pace. It was just cool, calm, and collective. We were just going with the flow. As soon as I got to high school, it's like my life just boom started darting. Y'all let me know if you can relate. Cause I know, like, high school, that's when, you know, that's when you start to transition into, you know, the person that you gonna be. You feel me? Either you're gonna be an introvert or you're gonna be an extrovert in high school. You feel me? When I first got in high school, I was real extroverted, like talking to everybody. You know, cool, everybody liked me. You know what I mean? But later on in the years in high school, I became more of an introverted type of guy, which that was never who I was. I never was an introvert. It got to a point where, it got to a season in my life where I convinced myself that I was an introvert. You feel me? And that I didn't talk to a lot of people. I convinced myself, but as I grew older, I was like, bro, what? That's not me. I love people. I genuinely love talking to everybody. Anybody that know me, they know I love talking to everybody. They know when I come inside a building, I'm the type of person, I'm greeting everybody. Hey, how you doing? What's up? You know, I might shake your hand. I might give you a hug. I ain't gonna lie. That's just who I am. I love hugs. I love hugs. Let's just be real. That's just me. But yeah, I would tell myself to slow down, especially like when I was in high school. What I would do, I talked to a lot of females. You feel me? Matter of fact, when I first got in high school, I had a girlfriend, and for a while, you know, I had a girlfriend. We was together, and like after that relationship went where it went, Um, bro, I transitioned from being like a lover boy to hopping in that field. Hopping in that field. And man, I tell you, like, I just tell myself to slow down and really focus on the present moment, focus on what I had to do. And that would be focus on school, focus on sports, focus on my grades, focus on getting to that next level, actually putting a plan together for my life. You know what I mean? That's something else. I would tell myself to actually figure out exactly what it is I want to do and focus on it. It's a lot of things that I like to do as a kid. I like to make music. I like to play sports, So I would have told myself to put more time into those things that I love to do, those things that I like to do, and build on those things, Even down to making content. I would tell myself, all them videos that you're recording in your phone, all them clips you got, post them. I would tell myself to do all that. Because that's what I used to do. At a certain point in time, I even tried to start a YouTube channel, in which I did. And I was posting videos. I was posting every day on Instagram, being consistent. You feel me? But I wasn't even trying. It wasn't even off of the strength of I wanted to be famous, I wanted to be rich. I just wanted to post. Because that's what I love doing. I love being on social media. I love getting engagement from a bunch of different people, seeing different point of views from everybody. That's just something I love to do. I love to see that. You feel me? I love making music and hearing other people's opinions on it, whether it's good or bad. I know, like, so far since the videos I done made, I haven't dropped no music or I haven't showed y'all no snippets. I mean, I have. At the end of my videos, if you make it to the end of my videos, you'll see I actually got a snippet of 2 songs on there that eventually it's gonna be on the Apple Music, it's gonna be on Spotify. God willing, I see myself being not even the fact that I see myself. I do see myself, and I'm going to be one of the biggest content creators, and I'm going to be one of the biggest music artists. At the end of the day, I'm just asking God to help me do my work as unto Him, so He can get the glory for my story. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And just not really just doing it for myself, doing it for my own personal gain, but doing it for the glory and the magnifying of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's what we're doing it for. At the end of the day, I want to just bring as much people as I can closer to Him. Even if through my content I just want to be a leader. You feel me? I am a leader, and it's time for me to just fully embrace that role without hesitating. That's another thing I'll tell myself. Don't hesitate. When you get a fire idea, act on it. You feel me? Because you don't get those fire ideas off your own strength. Just like, I know y'all seen that Screaming University. That was an idea, God blessed Kai with. And as soon as He blessed Kai with that idea, Kai might have thought it over. He might have put it on paper and planned out. But the main thing that he did was execute it. And y'all see how that came out for him. Y'all seen the turnout for that. So that's what I would tell myself. I get a fire idea, execute on it. Because at the end of the day, when you execute on something, you pray about it, God gonna make it plain. God is not gonna lead you astray. He's not gonna leave you astray. That's one thing in His Bible. He said, "I will never leave or forsake you." And you gotta trust and believe and know that God, when He says He's gonna do something, He's gonna do it. And then even get so deep in your mind, understand that everything that God said He's gonna do, He already did it. You feel me? Like, our lives is literally just waiting for us to just walk into everything that God already placed for us. All the gifts, we already have it. We just gotta find out what our gifts are and use them. That's the main thing. I'll tell myself, just do deep work on yourself. It was a point where I was deep in just, every single day I'm in the mirror, brushing my teeth, making sure my skin clear, focus on brushing my hair, making sure my waves swimming. You feel me? I would tell myself, focus on just loving yourself, knowing who you are. That's the best thing you could do in this life. Know who you are and fully love yourself. Because it's not gonna be nothing nobody could say or do to come against who you are as a person and make you alter or change your mind about you. Because when you fully know who you are and you fully love yourself for who you are, that's when you start to look at yourself and view yourself how God sees you, bro. And it hit different. You looking at yourself every day and be like, man, I'm loved by the Most High God. Pressure, that's fire. That's fire. But that's what I'm saying though. That's what I would tell myself for real, man. Just know yourself and really take time. Take time, especially while you're young. That's what I would tell my younger self. You feel me? I tell him, don't rush it, man. Everything gonna come. Money gonna come. The females, they gonna come. You know what I mean? The cars, the clothes, everything. It's gonna come. Just be patient. That's what I would tell myself. That's what I would tell myself. If I was to tell myself, he probably would not understand. Probably be like, bro, what? No, I got this money right now. I'm about to go get this car now. Then I had to break it down to him. What about the insurance? You got money for insurance? You got money for tickets if you get a ticket? If you don't pay that, if you don't have insurance? You got money to go get the car registered? I would tell myself, I'll break these things down to him and teach me. Because that's what I ended up figuring out about myself. I'm not the type of person where you could just tell me something and automatically I'm gonna just pick up on it. No, I'm a hands-on visual learner. You have to sit me down and really teach me and explain to me this is why this is this and this is why it's like this. You feel me? If I would have when I was younger, if I would have sat down and actually listened, vice versa, trying to just jump straight to whatever, I would have figured that out about myself a long time ago, and I would have been able to navigate people to understand who I am, and they would have been able to teach me better. Because that's one thing too, I would have told myself, when you in class, take school serious, raise your hand. It's nothing wrong with raising your hand and asking questions. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Because one thing I learned, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Unless you just genuinely trolling, you feel me? There's nothing wrong with a dumb question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You feel me? You could genuinely ask somebody, what is the color blue? Why did they name the color blue? You could genuinely ask somebody that, because why did they name it blue? Why is the colors why is colors, instead of it being, they all have their single name, why is it just called color? At the end of the day, it's all categorized in one. When you look at the rainbow is all connected. I don't call it the part of the rainbow pink or green or yellow. I just call it a rainbow. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Why can't it just be called colors? Why does it have to be red? Why does it have to be blue? You feel me? But there's nothing wrong with asking a question. You feel me? If you want to ask, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Ask away. Ask away. Ask away. And if somebody don't answer your question, don't feel like you being neglected. Don't feel like you being pushed to the side. Somebody gonna have that answer, or it's always a way that you can get that answer, man. And it's just that simple. But yeah. That's the video, man. That's a video about what I would tell myself, my younger self. Like I said, y'all comment down below. What would you tell your younger self? Why would you tell your younger self that? Put that in the comments. You know what I mean? And let's just keep going up from here, man. We posting daily, man. We posting daily. I got fire content for y'all. The more y'all connect with me, the more y'all view my videos, bro, we only going up from here, man. Like I said, it's just a matter of time. It's no better time than now. Yo. Like I said, it's your boy Unscripted. We gone.